Oh, there's the vision.
Okay. Good. I just added, I figured we'd do the same thing, and I just added a little section at the bottom of our master notes, Paul.
Perfect. And so it just says we're recording, so we're good now. And I did a fast, on that note page, I did a fast screenshot of the vision statement.
I see it. Thank you.
So I put it way at the bottom. So right above where Christy started typing about the vision statement, such.
Yeah, and if you go to if you open a tab for the actual form, it's also got the characteristics of effective vision statements on just like the cover of the form too. So.
Oh yeah.
Just because I am very visual, I just made a fast cut and paste of that too.
Ooh.
Nice.
I hope that's okay. I think it's just easier if for me, it's just easier if I'm looking at one thing right now.
Yes.
So I think our task is twofold: to look at the current one, but then also to think about how to make some changes. Is that what everyone else is in agreement?
Yeah, it seemed like, the focus was on the current one, and that if we came up with changes, great, but it seemed like more if we thought anything, like what we thought about the current one.
Right.
I feel like the current one is very academically focused. Or more.
Yes, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like that doesn't include a lot of our learners.
Yeah, it doesn't seem all that big and audacious.
Well, and when we were talking about being leaders or good community members, I feel like that vision is basically honing all of our academic things, but none of any of that social emotional that we were talking about before that makes you play well with others, kind of.
Yeah, I guess I see the leadership thing as definitely involving a huge emotional intelligence component. So yeah, I think that needs to be included for sure.
Yeah.
So if we're just looking at what's written, I do think it's descriptive of what is written there. So for what it says about academics, it is. But I think what I'm hearing everyone in the group say is that it needs to be much broader, bigger, and not just tunnel vision just about the academics. Because I think that's how I'm hearing what everyone's talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say it's not very audacious. I think someone else said that. I would just echo. It's pretty average. To me, it's like the table stakes of a district, not really what we aspire to. It's what, my God, if we're not doing this, what are we doing?
Thinking of outcomes that we used to have to write back in the 90s. Speak effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be our next task then?
Do we have some big ideas that we can throw in there?
I think maybe going back to the list that we had, because as it was suggested that some of the ideas that we had may fit in this category too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and in that visualization that our friend Rich here was reading that to us, I of course was envisioning if they visited where I'm at, and what would that classroom look like? and being inclusive and having all kinds of learners in there, being very interactive, hands-on, lots of activity going on. It's been a while since I've been in 3rd grade and above, so that's not what they do there.
When I think about that activity, though, too, I also don't want to think that only one of our schools would be the exemplary one. It's a which school would you go to? Because I would like it to be every classroom. Jana, your department had that, something like that, every child, every day kind of a thing, right? Didn't early childhood and SPED have something about that?
Yeah.
But that whole idea that it should be in every space, every location, every kid, every adult, every.
Yeah, I think it was every child, every day, or whatever it takes. Oh, every child, whatever I don't know. Yes, it's on my bulletin board outside my office. Yeah. But yeah, but when I was saying what I envision, because that's my world. But everyone, Irina, you're over at Park, so you have lots of things to envision at yours, and the parents would envision what they'd want their kids' classroom to look like. So to your point, Paul. But yeah, of course, all of our schools would be exemplary.
Yeah.
With the differences in population and such, it shouldn't matter. That if we're talking about Spanish-speaking classrooms, or if we're talking about an 8th grade geometry class, or a kindergarten classroom, or your early childhood class, it should be all. And then, so I think we're talking about that, and there shouldn't be any real exceptions to that. If I'm thinking about the big picture or the big audacious goal about the whole thing.
So maybe engagement, where I was saying hands-on, interactive. I mean, interactive could be used across the board, but maybe also, lots of engagement.
Yep. What I hear, just in going back to the current statement, and maybe just, I don't know if this is helpful, but where my mind goes is, as Jana, you're describing, is there's the outcomes, and then there's the experience of having, being in school. You know what I mean? It's yes, there are outcomes that we're trying to achieve, but I think what you're saying, and also just the exercise that we did around our favorite K-8 memory, also point us to, we're creating an experience for kids, and that idea, that Mr. Fry said around, is the vision that our students leave our district going, that was awesome. Because
it's not the academics that they remember.
Right.
It's
exactly.
the project that went along with it. I had a lot in my room when I taught 3rd grade. Kids don't remember anything I taught them. They're like, "Oh, remember the bunk beds in your room? It was
Yes. I still remember the whistle seats. Do you guys remember those vinyl whistle seats?
No.
They looked they were just little bean bags. They were formed bean bags, and they were, they had a little hump, and they looked like a whistle, and that was our reading area. We loved the whistle seats.
Yeah.
My kindergarten teacher had a cloth bathtub for reading. Yep. Filled with small stuffed animals or pillows. That's the one I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was home to all the lice, just so you know.
Small price to pay.
So back to the vision.
Well, this is audacious, is to make making every day awesome and memorable.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's audacious.
Yeah.
So what
Yep.
what would we do to achieve that?
There'd be a lot of engagement. There'd be a lot of relationships. There would be a lot of maybe choice involved, or there might be a lot of student-led expectations and not teacher-led every moment of the day. And I mean, I can rattle those off, but yes,
Empowerment.
Yeah.
But there has to be the element of surprise too. Like, how do you create that every day?
And when I keep going back to their statements about 5 years from now, what would the future be? You know, yes to all those things. So it's not a but, it's an and. That whole concept of, and I'm the curriculum person, so I have to think about curriculum, but culturally responsive, that we are having an environment that every student sees themselves. We have, it's a welcoming place. It is understanding of culture. It's an understanding that language, additional languages are an asset and not a deficit. You know, all of those kind of things to me are part of that big change. You know, that, you know, for me, I would love to think that all of our kids will be bilingual in you know, in the future. If we're thinking future focused, I would love to see bilingual as an expectation, seeing language as an asset, seeing resources that are representative of our kids' ideas. So I'm just rambling a little bit, but all of those things I think are really important to me.
Yeah.
Words for me, listening to Paul, acceptance. I don't like the word tolerance. I don't think we should tolerate people. I think we should accept them.
Yeah.
The other word is respect. I feel like if that word were put into play in any scenario in this world, things would be better.
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of feeling valued, which I think it just kind of stems off of that. Like if you respect someone, you value them for something that they offer. Like they offer something of value, and that's,
yeah, I like that word, value.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I kind of want to come back to Paul, what you said about resources, and what the future could be in terms of that. And you know, we've had the mention of technology. We know how much kids are pendulum feeling about it right now. So yeah, what is that? What are our resources going to be in 5 years? I, being an art teacher, would love to see, you know, things being hands-on and engaging every day, all day. So I wonder where that could go to.
Yeah, that's good.
Paul, you're talking, but you're on mute, so that'll give me a minute to chime in with my 30-second response of the night. When I thinking of technology, while it's personally fun and exciting for me to think about 5 years from now what it looks like in all of our classrooms, one of the things that sticks out to me is that the technology supports all of these other things, and so that it's not a separate thing, and it's not just a bright shiny thing because it's a bright shiny thing, where the technology helps empower our students and helps build those relationships and helps support the engagement and those things. So while I'm trying to think of a big idea technology related, because I feel like I should have one as our technology leader in the district, I'm feeling like I'm okay that I don't, because I want technology to be secondary and have it support all of these other big ideas.
That for sure, I think for some of our kids empowers them, because some of our kids are nonverbal. When I had to take one kid down to the health office and he didn't really want to go, so I used my phone to ask questions to Siri. I'm like, Siri, what's the weather? And then it would talk, and it kept the child and like focused enough to get down to the office. And he was nonverbal. He wasn't using his text on the iPad. And then one day he initiated and he hit a button. When I walked in the room, he hit a button that said Siri. I'm like, oh, that's me. Like, he made that connection. And it was all through technology because he was nonverbal. And it was like one of the best days of the whole school year for me, because he made that connection through the technology. I think sometimes we forget how amazing it is for kids who don't have that voice like we do, but then the technology empowers them to be able to share their thoughts. And I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm off mute now. So thank you, Chris. I'm going to comment though on, even if we think back a year from now, a year past, and where our technology was and where our technology is now, we've come very, very far with new laptops for teachers and Chromebooks for all of our students, and the extra Chromebook for teachers and the other device. So Chris, it's noted how much you've done to help us with those things.
Yeah, that's huge. And that philosophy is exactly why we love you. Why you have a fan club.
Thank you. But it just makes sense. It makes sense to me anyway.
Yeah, it's great.
To us.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is we need to rewrite their exercise to include all schools, and technology is an enabler, not a separate thing.
Christy, we'll let you bring that up.
Yeah.
Or Tina, weave that into your reporting out.
Yeah. And this is like what I have right now is how much time do we have, Paul? What I have right now is kind of a jumble, but I don't. So Tina, I feel bad that I might not be setting you up to succeed, but I don't know if we're going to get any more out of ourselves tonight.
Yeah, I'm there. That yes, I'll second that motion. What time are we supposed to be heading back?
8:40, so 9 minutes.
Okay, so we have a little bit of time
to share out. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Chris, was there another master document for vision?
Yes, there is.
I didn't open that.
There is, I will say, after all of us went out to, or all of you went out to the breakout rooms, I was with Rich and Gary, and they were questioning whether or not every group would truly have enough time to get to this. And I heard them say that it'd be okay if we didn't.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that message is getting relayed everywhere, but I'm in it right now and I only see one group actively adding to it at the moment. But so I guess what I'm saying is if we get an attempt at a couple items, I think that would.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a start.
Yeah. So I think this idea of just like the inclusivity, this idea that like everyone's along on the journey, which I know we've put also in the mission, but that the vision is that every child is included and sees themselves, and like that every child every day. I think there is a bucket there. And I think there's this bucket of like the whole idea of like making every day awesome and memorable. I wrote that down. I thought that was a perfect way to say it. Like creating amazing memories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the whole idea of like relationships and empowerment stands out to me as a theme. And then maybe the acceptance and respect also might be a.
Yeah.
Yeah, and feeling valued. That those four kind of fit together.
The feeling valued, acceptance and respect, or are those kind of the,
Mhm.
or did I miss one? Oh, I see, I already have feeling valued. All right, I'm gonna go over to the form and actually try to.
Yeah.
I just think they could be bucketed all together.
Did we say anything, or do any of those include like students feeling, or maybe that's part of being valued, feeling safe at school, feeling,
Yeah,
I guess that's in that empowerment and valued.
yeah. How about students feel safe, accepted, valued, respected?
Yep, I like that.
Okay.
I feel that's an important, because so many
Mhm.
kids, this is their best place.
And I
Mm.
want to extend that to adults as well, that everyone
Mm-hmm.
feels
Yeah.
good.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
While I love that, I hope that we don't have to wait 5 years to see that.
Same,
No.
Paul.
In 5 years, they'll say, look at how easy they make it all look.
There you go.
So whatever you're putting, Christy, in there, we have to get in the other form, which I still have not opened.
Okay.
Chris, are you sticking with us, or are you having to go someplace? Mute.
Yeah.
Good.
Now the chat is on mute.
I'm good for a couple more minutes. Do you want the link to the form? Do you want me
That
to
would
type?
be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you sending it to me or putting it in the chat?
Chat box.
Great.
When I said form, I really meant the spreadsheet, the master one, right?
Yeah, the master spreadsheet.
Okay, so Christy, I can type while if you have them in the other document or whatever.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Why don't I do this? I started them in the form, but then I realized that no one can see them. Okay, so below our jumble, here's the two that I had so far. Everyone feels like safe, accepted, valued, respected. This is their best place. Every day is awesome and memorable. What else? What are the other three?
Encouraging Mr. Fry.
I know. I just loved that.
Mhm.
So true. Wait, Paul, did you delete me or did I delete myself? I'm putting them back. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm in the other document.
Sorry, I missed that last comment.
I said I'm in the other document, so there wasn't me.
Oh, I thought there was someone else who.
Oh, I asked if you could just copy and paste what you had been typing like you did before.
Yeah, I think I accidentally deleted it. And then I had to put it back. Every child, just this, I still love every child, every day, whatever it takes. That might be inclusiveness piece.
I think it was every child, whatever it takes, every single day.
Mm.
That's what it was. Not that you have to have that exactly, but it's fun. But I couldn't remember it. Sorry.
Yeah. And do we capture the social emotional? Yeah, because really the safe, accepted, valued, respected is kind of both the culturally responsive piece as well as the social emotional. Is there anything else we want to say about the social emotional aspect?
I don't know.
I'm just reading what you had written for the first one. This is their best place.
Mm-hmm.
This is our best place.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. All right, I have so many tabs going right now. Yeah. And I love, every day is awesome and memorable, not just for students, but for everyone.
That's so true, Christy. We were just talking today how you can go to different schools and make more money, but like for where we are, we like each other. We know each other. We do like painting nights. I mean, we love being at school. Great place.
I want to say, and I know it doesn't fit in the vision though, that my vision for a board member is, and as honestly an activist in the state, is that we do solve for the issues that are the reason why we can't pay our teachers. I mean, I don't know if that makes it in the district vision statement, but I feel like in 5 years, I would love to say we pay enough that people can afford to work in this awesome district. And that's a tough, thorny one with a root cause that's, not necessarily in our district, but
that's a lot.
And that helps when we're recruiting and retaining, and
I mean,
all of those things make a difference.
I wish you could say and like I love working here and I feel well compensated,
It's hard for the young teachers to understand, but with age comes that.
I get it.
I see the clock says 8:40 on mine, so it's
all right.
Tina, are you good to go?
I just want to know if we're putting something about the technology in.
Yes. Yes. How about technology enables our outcomes and the experience?
Yes, love it.
You got it. That was my last cohesive thought of the evening. I'm out.
Oh.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going
to
see you in the other group.
Oh, I'm going to miss this group.
Yeah, I loved our group.
Bye.
Bye.